Well, good morning. Welcome aboard the Mushquash. If you've been following my channel, you see that this boat, we just worked on it. I spent about 2 weeks getting it ready for the water. I picked it up 2 weeks ago for $150. I brought it up to the cabin to do the finishing touches, which was to install the downrigger, the depth finder, which I took off another boat that I bought a couple of years ago. I had no idea if it would work, other than it would start up on my bench, but I hadn't tested it on the water at all. It's an Eagle, and boy does it work good. It came with another boat that I bought, a 71 that I picked up for $200. I bought that boat for the boat and the trailer. This was just kind of an added luxury. But so far on this boat, I've spent $10. I spent $150 to buy it, and I spent $10 buying a quart of hunter green paint that I touched up the bow with. So I say all that to say this: if it doesn't take a real expensive boat to put together a boat that you can go lake trout fishing with, or any kind of fishing for that matter. I have been doing this for 30 years, picking up old boats, putting just a little bit of work into them, and then using them. My Amy Lynn I've used for 18 years. Same thing there. I bought that boat for $160, sitting on a guy's lawn for at least 10 years. This one was setting out, it was kind of on a field, but up in the woods a little bit. It was in there for, who knows, 2 or 3 years, I guess, maybe more. But I took it out, stripped it off, what it didn't need, and put it back together. But I'm starting today, I'm probably rambling here. I'm getting ready to go togue fish, lake trout fish. And one of the things for lake trout fishing for me is ahead of that fishing day is I have to go out and fish for chubs. So today I'm fishing for bait. I'm up in the swamp here. It's about 4 or 5 mile boat ride. But there's some really nice chubs up in here. I was hoping I would catch one here, but I've got them in my live well here, which is nothing more than a 5-gallon water jug. But I'll show you the size of the bait. And I fish for big lakers, at least big for the standards of this state. But here's what I'm fishing for right now. I hope you can see that. I can't see the viewfinder, but that's a chub. I would say it's at least 10 inches long. So far I have got, I think, 7 of them. I need to catch some more because I'm up here for a week. I've got another one down here that's even bigger than that one. Whoops. I don't need them alive for the downrigger, but because I don't have refrigeration, if I keep them alive, they will be, and then put them in my cooler after they've died, then I will have a much fresher bait that way. It's hard to keep fish this size alive anyways, but that's what I will be trolling with tomorrow out on the lake that I put this boat together for. The whole purpose in buying this boat was because the Amy Lynn was too big for the boat landing that I'm going to go to tomorrow. So I'm going to fish up through here, kind of give you a little tour. This is the maiden voyage. I'd like to say hi to all the people that have been following this. Paul and Paul. I have 2 Pauls up in Canada that I enjoy the heck out of. They kind of been following along with this. A few other people. I'll probably miss people, but Owl Cabin is another one. North Maine Woods is another one. So hello, people. This is what I do to get ready for a lake trout fishing trip. Today is, like I said, catching chubs, and then tomorrow we go see if we can catch a big laker. What you do to find these chubs, there's one. They're awfully big for this small rod. But what you do for find these chubs is, most of this water is only 4 to 6 feet deep. But every once in a while you'll come across a hole. Like right now I'm sitting in 9 feet of water. But off to the edges of me it's 14 feet of water. So I'm kind of sitting on the drop off. But there's another one. So I think I got 8 now. I'm trying for at least a dozen. And I've got a campsite up here, not too far away, that I've put together. And I'm going to stop in there and have a lunch. When I do my bait, I kind of stay out here all day. I won't head back. I won't head back to the truck until this evening. I've got a couple things I want to do up in here besides catch the chubs. I want to go have lunch. If I get time, there's a little log cabin up here that I've been playing with. It's about 5 miles behind my main cabin. And maybe I'll stop in there and take a video of it so I can share that with you guys out there. But I absolutely love this little boat. It's only got an 8-horse on the back of it, but boy, it handles nice. It's fast. This is my maiden voyage. I don't know if I said that earlier, but it's fast. It cuts the corner nice, and absolutely love it. I can't use it on the main lake that I fish, which is 30 miles long, just because it's too small. I've seen boats out there this size, but nothing I would be in out on that lake. I've seen that lake turn violent. I don't know if you can see the both shores here on the stream, but you will later on. That over there, that's your country. That over there is Canada. This over here is the USA. I am right on the border. I actually put my boat in the water in Canada. They have a really nice boat landing. And I can get up in this swamp a lot quicker by using that particular boat landing than the ones down on the main lake. So Paul, wave! You must be over there somewhere. If I see your head poking out of them trees, I'll know you're close. Anyways, just looking for chubs. Probably move on down a little further. Where the headwaters meets this swamp is usually a pretty good place for chubs, but I was trying not to go that far up there if I didn't have to. I would have had the camera out earlier this morning for the actual putting the boat in, but it's been raining for the last 3 hours anyways. Not hard, but just a heavy mist. And the sun came out just for a little bit there, and the wind's blowing. I'm finally getting my shirt dried off here. A little more comfortable. I got dry ones in the dry bag, but you just don't want to get all wet all at once. Alright, I think I burned up this spot. gonna give her a try right here for some more chops. We're in about 10 feet of water. I'll just give you a little spin around. Well, welcome back. It's the first cast. Let's see what happens. Can't tell, but out on the main lake, the wind is really whipping. I can hear it. And even up here in the bog, it's still quite breezy. So there's probably 3 to 4 foot whitecaps out there today. Good day to come look for bait. Well, that's fishing. Sometimes not every hole's got a chub in it, I guess. A lot of weeds up here now. Stop every so often and clean out the motor. Picks up a big gob of weeds, and then she runs awful vibration. Well, don't see any. Sometimes you just let her sit out there on the bottom. Ace. Old cheap reel. Doesn't want just a bait rod, but she doesn't want to play nice today. Just let that set for a minute. We'll see what happens. There's something else I wanted to show you. This is my boat anchor. It's a coffee can filled with concrete. You put it at an angle like that, it makes it pull up easier. I have a piece of cable in that concrete. It's just another one of them things that, if everything hits the fan and you know how to do many things, I gotta get away from the weeds. That motor picks up them weeds like a magnet. If you can do many things, when it does hit the fan, you don't need to buy an anchor. Simple to make. And when you lose it, you haven't lost anything too valuable. We're going to come up to is called Chaga Point. I named it Chaga Point. It's a small campsite that I put in because I found 5 gallons of chaga here not too awful long ago. So I renamed the site Chaga Point. So I'm going in, gonna have some lunch. Hey Paul, jump out of the boat with that rope and tie me off. I'll let you know when. Alright, tie me off. Thanks, Paul. Well, welcome to Chaga Point. I've stopped for lunch. I've been chub fishing today for my bait for tomorrow. This is one of my lunch spots that I put together quite a few years ago. And I just wanted you to see the great view and why I chose this spot. I've got a small fireplace here, but it's just plain gorgeous here. The new boat sitting down there in the water, the mushquash. So I just wanted to show you my view for lunch. There's my fireplace here. I'm not taking the time to build a fire today. I am up here on a mission. And the mission is to get bait. Right now it's just to have lunch. I'm going to have oodles of noodles and a toasted cheese sandwich. And that's a lot of times what I have. But I just wanted to show you my little fireplace here. I'm about, I don't know, 4 miles up into this bog, something like that. So this makes a nice little place to just stop for lunch. One of the other reasons that I like this campsite that I put together is look at all the blowdowns. There's blowdowns all the way around me. There's lots of places to build shelter and lots of firewood right here, right next to my little fire pit. And this right here is why I named it Chaga Point. This white birch tree had about 5 gallons of chaga on it. That's what brought me to this point. I spotted the chaga from the boat, came to shore, found the chaga, really liked what I saw, and established a campsite here that I can use. And now I'm going to enjoy my lunch, get back into the boat, and fish my way back out to the truck, and hopefully catch another half a dozen good-sized chubs. We'll see what happens. I'm back at the cabin. I caught plenty of chubs for tomorrow's fishing for big lakers. And then just for a happy accident, I caught 4 white perch for supper. So now I've got to get these filleted up, and I will be deep frying these along with a baked potato, and I will have a great supper.